Hi everybody, welcome to the family table. This is our first series of dinners, desserts, and things that bring everybody to the family table. Family table has changed in the last few years. People are busy, they're running around, but the family table is important. Years ago, my family table was 6. Now it's just me and my husband. Sometimes it's at the breakfast bar, sometimes it's in front of the TV watching the news. But it's always about what you've done today or what you're going to do. It's about conversation and the family being together. So whatever your family table is, whether it's the dining room, the breakfast bar in front of the TV, it's important to continue. I would like to welcome you to my home and how we're going to put some meals on the table for your family. Hi everyone, welcome back to my home and the family table. Today's episode we're going to do Super Bowl treats. Now I know the Patriots are not in it this year, but it's all about the party, not so much the game. So what we're going to do is we're going to start and we're going to make a chili. I'm going to get the chili into the crock pot, and then we're going to also do some taco egg rolls. And I have this wonderful dessert. It's buffalo chicken cupcakes. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, it's not my cup of tea, but a lot of people just love it. So let's start with our chili. I went to the store and I got this wonderful package of meat. It's stew meat, but it's lean. I like to use regular lean beef rather than Hamburg, but you most certainly can use Hamburg if you want. That's fine. My mother-in-law always used nice lean beef when she made her chili, so I kind of like stick with that. So I got this already cut up, but all means you can get it however you want. Get a nice piece of steak, cut it all up, use hamburger. That's up to you. I got some already in the flour. I like to coat it with flour before I saute it. Whew. So let me take this out. I'm also going to add to my saucepan here a good tablespoon of minced garlic. I use the minced garlic. By all means, you can get the clove, cut it all up. I don't. It's just easier that way. I like to do things as simple as possible. So get the garlic in a jar, already minced up. It's perfectly fine. You do tend to use a little bit more than the actual ball of garlic because it's been sitting there, but that's good. So I am going to get my saucepan here, my saute pan going. I always leave my olive oil on the right near my stove. I use it a lot. Just put some olive oil in your pan, start that garlic going. It's always like right here. When I run out, I put another one there. So I'm going to get this already out. Let me just get that going. And I'm going to put the rest of it in there and coat it all up there. So just move that garlic around. There we go. About medium high. You're just going to saute your meat just a little bit. You're not necessarily cooking it. You're just kind of browning it a little bit. You don't want to necessarily cook it all up because you are going to put this in the crock pot. Because while that is cooking, you're going to be doing other things. So let's get the rest of the meat in here. See, it's all nice and cut up, nice little pieces. It's perfect. So we'll get that all in there. Just give it a good shake. Baggies. Love these baggies. Okay, nice and coated. Just move that around. Now I'm using 2 pounds. Again, you can use 2 pounds of ground beef. You can use chicken if you want. I'm just putting it all in. Like I said, I'm not cooking it, I'm just browning it a little bit. And you put it in with the flour because you do want your chili to be a little bit thick. And as it cooks, the flour does thicken out your chili. So we'll get that just in there. Let that brown up a little bit. Now, while that's doing its thing, I'm going to go over here. Now, I like kidney beans. It's very good for you. You can use, I use the red kidney beans. You can use the dark ones. Again, any brand. I'm not brand specific on anything I use. If it is, I will tell you which ones I prefer. But this is, again, kidney beans are kidney beans. So I am going to take these 2 cans here. You can use cannellini beans, the white ones. It doesn't really matter. And if your kids are very picky and you can't get beans into them, throw it in chili, throw it in something, because it is absolutely good for you. Let's see if I get this can open. The kidney beans, always rinse. Should always just take them and rinse them. You're not washing them, you're just rinsing them. So we'll get right over to the sink here. It's nice having a prep sink. I'm making a mess over there. Put that off to the side. Let me just stir my beef. There we go. Just going to add a little bit more oil. Because it's lean, you don't get a lot of fat as you're sauteing it. So just, you know, keep an eye on your saucepan here, because you don't want to burn your beef. You just want to get it down a little bit. So now the beans. We're going to take that. I'm just going to stick that in here so it doesn't drip everywhere. I'm going to take 2 cans of beans right into your crock pot. You're going to take 1 can of diced tomatoes and 1 can of tomato sauce. I like a little bit of chunkiness with my stew, my chili, I'm sorry. So we're going to get this, and we're going to get the sauce. Right in. Oops, upside down. Right in. Just a little bit more, I think. Now, gonna have to have a can of beer. My little moose thing, Christmas vacation. My family thinks that's the greatest movie. I just pour some of the beer in the can so I can get all that good stuff that's left behind in the can. Put that right in. So you're gonna take a can, again, any beer, whatever's your favorite, go right ahead. It doesn't matter which one. I just happen to have Sam Adams Boston Ale. Now, we're going to take the beef, put it right in. Now again, you can add whatever you want. If you want to add peppers and onions, go right ahead, it's your chili. I'll pour this in there, the rest. Now this will get all the little bits that's left in the pan. Yum. Look at that. Get all those little bits all scraped up. There we go. There we go. Now, I could go and take out a bunch of spices and get all your chili powder and all that stuff. Packets. Make your life so much easier. It's got everything in there anyways. And if you don't make chili all the time and you don't have chili powder and all that stuff, just buy the packets. It's got everything you need in there. So, it's 2 packets, 2 pounds of ground beef, 2, 2, and 2. Now, we get that all together. We're going to give this a nice stir. Looks good already. So, stir it up, give it a great, nice mix. Sure all your, especially the packets, are all mixed up in here. Okay? Drop it in your crock pot. Gonna do low for 5 hours. Cover it, and we'll see you later. So I'm just gonna move this over now. What we're gonna do is, you need some kind of dessert, right? Well, maybe you don't. But what we're gonna do next is do a buffalo chicken cupcake. Now, again, it's got it all wet. It's not my cup of tea, but we're going to get this going. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off with a small saucepan. We are going to put hot sauce. Again, whatever one you like. I happen to have this. And we're going to put a half a cup of hot sauce. Half a cup of hot sauce right into the pan. Oh, I can smell it already. And we're going to put a butter. Here we go. We're going to put a quarter cup of butter in there. My butter is mostly kept out because I do a lot of baking, and in most cases when you do bacon it is at room temperature, the butter. So my butter always sits out. So my butter's already ready to go. We're going to put this on the stove and we're going to melt it. Now once the butter's melted into the hot sauce, we are going to put blue cheese crumbles. I like blue cheese, so it works for me. So blue cheese crumbles, we're going to put a half a cup of blue cheese crumbles in there. So what I'm going to do is, this is pretty much half a cup. I can eyeball it. Put a little bit more. It's all crumbly. Look at that nice blue in there. So, blue cheese crumble right there. So we're going to get that ready to go in. Now, along with the blue cheese crumbles, we're also going to get a brown sugar ready. Keep my eye on that. So, where are we with the brown sugar. So I'm going to get this ready too. Now, brown sugar is one of those ingredients that you really have to pack because it's so light. Oh, that's not going to work, is it? Does this one go in there? Oh, that one does go in there. It's because it's so light, you have to just get it and push it down, or you will not have the right measurement of brown sugar. So once you get it, pack it down, maybe a little bit more. And there's your cup of brown sugar. Get that ready. And in the meantime, we're going to get a bowl. And we're going to get the flour ready. Oh, here we go. Now, if you were using hot sauce and you were covering your chicken wings, and you have somebody in the group that, you know, they like the flavor, they just don't like it hot, butter always cools down the buffalo sauce. So if you want to do that, just add a little bit of butter and you will cool it right down. Oh, let me get that. I'm going to get this blue cheese in there. Okay. Now we're going to melt the blue cheese down with the butter and the hot sauce. And you're doing all this, and it's hard to believe we're going to be making a cupcake out of this. Oh yeah! I'll just lower this a little bit. Let that melt. So now we're going to go with a cup of flour. I like to get this ready. I always like to sift my flour. You don't have to, but it's something I always do. I'd rather do that. And then we're going to get the baking soda. That is a cup, a teaspoon and a quarter of baking soda. 1 teaspoon. And a quarter cup. Where is that one? Yeah, it's here somewhere. Half. Quarter. There we go. So we got our flour and our baking soda. That's ready. Let me just check on my blue cheese melting here. And it is coming along. I know. Oops. Making a mess. Tend to make a mess, but if you're the one cleaning it, oh well. I would like to do this and have somebody else clean it, but that ain't gonna happen. There we go. A little messy. Okay, so my flour's there. Like, probably don't want to make it too short, so I'm going to do that. Okay, that's my flour. The next would be sour cream and 1 egg. So the sour cream is a 1/4 cup of sour cream. And for some reason it's a 1/4 cup and 2 tablespoons. So that's about right. And you're going to do 1 egg. I'm sorry, I'm just going to grab the egg out of the fridge. Oh. Just mix that up till it's incorporated. And then, look at that. There we go. The blue cheese is all melted. And we're going to just mix this up. Now what we do is we're going to take this off the heat. Take this right off the heat. Put it right there. Shut that off now. And this is when we're going to add the brown sugar. Now the brown sugar, what we're going to do is just make sure it's all incorporated in there. So far, I don't know what people are thinking, but when I first saw this, I thought, that's different. But after, like I said, my son-in-law ate it, he thought it was the best thing since sliced bread. But to each his own, right? And we can't be afraid of making things that we don't think is like right. So you know what? Give it a whirl. You never know. You might say, wow, I really like this. So once this is all mixed up, we're going to let it sit for a little while and let it cool, because you don't want to add this to the sour cream and the egg mixture when it's super hot. So we're going to just let it sit here and cool for a little bit. We got our sour cream and our egg mixture, we got our flour mixture, and now we have this. So the next thing I'm going to start doing would be the taco mix for our taco egg rolls while that is cooling. So let me start with this. Again, I'm going to make it as easy as possible. Let's start with Hamburg. This is about, well, I'm going to use maybe just a pound rather than this whole thing, because this is about 2 pounds. So I'm going to take this Hamburg. I am going to use the same pan. It's all taco related, I guess. I'm going to use the same pan. Get this eggshell out of here. I am going to put about a pound of beef in there. Mix this all up. About a pound. Yes, I am eyeballing. I do that a lot. The part you can't really eyeball unless you really know what you're doing is baking. So I don't recommend that at all. But when you're just cooking, because you can always fix something in cooking. So, and when you're cooking, you just add as you need. So we need to just brown this beef. So we're going to do that. And then we're going to get this, again, package taco mix. Use whatever one you would like. Doesn't matter to me. So this is one package. Oh, first I'm going to put the water in, and a 1/4 cup of water. Yeah, that's about right. So I'm going to put the taco mix in here. I like adding it to the water part, the liquid part, because what happens is you, if you just add it in, and if you don't mix it, you end up with clumps. So you want to really disperse it. So we're going to mix this together. We're going to check out our burger. We're going to let that cook. And while we're letting that cook, so once I get that burger all cooked out, we're going to drain it, get the grease out, and then we're going to add the taco mix. What we're also going to do is add the cheddar cheese to it. Now, we're going to make taco egg rolls. Now, what I did was, again, I went to the store and I got these nice egg roll wraps. There's, you actually get this in the produce section. Why they have it there, I'm not really sure, but you get them in the produce section. And they're cut perfectly. It's easy to use. And the thing is, it tells you exactly how to wrap it in the back, and you can put anything you want in here. Now, egg rolls, I like egg rolls, but taco rolls, my daughter puts her turkey dinner in there. You can put anything you want in these egg rolls. They're so versatile, and it makes a nice, it could be dinner. You know, you could put something in there, pour gravy over it. Again, we're using it as a snack for the game, or any game you want to use it for. And it makes, and it's quick, because you can, if you want, make them ahead of time and just keep them warm. Now, of course, coming right out of the grease when you're frying it up, it obviously is nice and crispy and hot. But again, whatever you need to do to make your life simple. Me, I would do it ahead of time. Now let me just check this. Oh, it's almost cool. So we're almost ready for that. Okay, you're gonna like this. Okay, so what we're gonna do is, that's cool enough. We are going to mix this, my sour cream one. So I am gonna pour this in there. And as I'm pouring, I'm stirring. Get that all in there. Multitask here. Multitasking is great as long as you keep your task at hand and you watch what you're doing. Because I got a lot of stuff out here. I don't want to be putting the wrong thing in the wrong mixture. So once you get that mixed, the next thing is you're going to fold in the flour. So just go slow. Get the flour in there. There we go. You're just folding it in, but you got to make sure it is all well incorporated. Now, I don't know if your kids would like to lick the spoon on this one. That's questionable. I know I don't, but I'm sure somebody would. Now, let me get my cupcake pan here. So this is not a traditional cupcake pan because, to be honest with you, I used to own a bakery and I don't know where all my cupcake pans are at this point. So, but it works. I got the cupcake liners, and it gets done all right. I just want to keep an eye on my ground beef here, because don't want anything going. Again, that's part of multitasking. You just gotta keep the task at hand and make sure that you don't go too far with multitasking, especially in cooking, because things can go south pretty quick. All right. That's almost done, got a little bit more. So here we are. So now we're going to take an ice cream scoop and we're going to scoop it into our cupcake rings. This should make about 10. You're going to fill them up about 3/4 of a way full. And then we're going to bake them in a 350 oven for about 20 minutes. Okay. Let me just scrape that down. I'm a scraper. I can't let anything go to waste. I do this with jars, mayonnaise, ketchup. It all has to hang upside down for like, a couple hours. Got to get every last drop. I drive my kids crazy when I do that. Yeah, it is what it is. Now, there we go. And we're just going to pop this into the oven. Set the timer. That's the other thing. Use your timer. Especially when you're working on several projects, just use your timer. It does help you. It actually saves you. Okay. The hamburger is almost done. Just make sure it's not pink anymore. There we go. So we're going to get everything ready for like the Super Bowl, but this is for any game day or any party day. It's not just necessarily the Super Bowl. And since, the Patriots aren't playing, we just have to grin and bear it. It is what it is. So here we go. It is done. I do want to drain it because I do not want excess grease in. And yes, I run it down my sink. I make sure my water's hot. And I just drain my burger. And again, you can use ground turkey, ground chicken, whatever you want to make your tacos. Now I'm going to put the mix in. Going to turn this on again. Get that taco mix in there. Now what we're going to do is just make sure it's mixed thoroughly and then just let it cook maybe a few minutes, 4 or 5 minutes tops. Let it simmer a little bit so you can get that flavor into the meat. Make sure you have it thoroughly mixed. Okay, put that on low. Get this all cleaned up here. Now, just put that in there. The next thing we're going to get ready to do is, here's my cheese for that, my wrappers. And take the wrappers. Look at this. Perfect. Just put them down. I'm going to get about, make as many as you want. We're going to do a few here. I like to put them all out first. And just got to be careful because you want to stick them together. And like I said, you can put anything you want in these. I mean, knock yourselves out. My daughter did a taco bar one time, and she did different kind of, it was different kind of heats. And my son-in-law, he likes hot stuff, so she had different ones at different temperatures, you know, like okay, and then mild, and then extra hot, and then I'll kill you temperature. So we don't want the I'll kill you temperature. Now, look at that. I'm going to take this off, put it right here on this thing, and then I'm going to add my, well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get the oil going. That's what I'm going to do, get the oil going. We'll fry some up. So, I like to just put the cheese right in with the hamburger mix, because if you try to do it, put the hamburger and then the cheese, it just makes a mess. Now, again, use any kind you want, any cheese you want. I choose cheddar. You can actually get Mexican mix, taco mix, I don't know, all kinds. So, to be honest with you, I forgot how much cheese, but I like cheese. So you can put, I think about a cup or 2 or 3. No, it depends on you, I guess. Me, I like cheese. So I'll get the cheese in there. Looks already getting ooey and gooey. All right, so here we go. We'll take about, I don't know, 2 tablespoons, 3 tablespoons. You're going to put it right diagonal in the middle. See this? Right there. Right in the middle here. And again, if you want this extra spicy, you can start with the mix and then add more chili powder to it, or whatever you want to add to it. Again, I am not one of those people that want anything really hot. I want to be able to taste my food, not to have a burnt mouth. So we do this. Let me just get this all ooey gooey. You'll like this. Okay, now we're going to take it. You're going to put it up. You're going to fold. You're going to fold. And you're going to fold it down. You're going to leave that out for now. Again, take it. Push everything in. Fold. Fold. And fold. Anybody can do this. If you can say, I don't cook, I don't know how to cook. Something like this, you can do. It's just so easy. And it looks pretty impressive. And you say, oh, I made that myself. And they'll say, wow, I didn't know you knew how to cook. Oh, I got secrets. I watch the family table. I know how to cook now. If you people have any questions too, just, email me. It's on the website. It's on the shows. Just send me an email. If you have a suggestion too about a show, I'll take the suggestions also. So as you see, I left them all out there. And the reason why I did that is you're going to take a little water and a little brush. And you're just going to take care of the ends. And you're going to fold it right on to it. See? Very simple, just to get it to seal. A little brush of water right on the ends. And we'll get these all done. Now, make sure the oil is hot too when you're ready to do this, because we don't want them cooked properly. So let's do this. Let's check my oil. I think it's going to be fine. Yep, there we go. Don't want to crowd the pan. but you want to get them all in there. And while the first batch is cooking, you can get ready for the next batch. Let's see if I can get them all in there. Okay, that's good. There we go. So roughly it's going to be about 2 minutes on each side. I'm just going to finish off this. And then the next step would be to make the frosting for our cupcakes. So it's blue cheese buttercream frosting. And not so bad. Oops, the water's on this. I just want to get the last few in there. You know, cooking is it's almost like a lost art. People just go to the fast food so much and restaurants and things like that. Cooking actually can be so much fun. It really can, especially if you bring your family involved. You got kids, more and more kids. It's something that brings the family together, you know. And then when your kids say, "Oh, I made that," it's like, wow. My grandchildren definitely like to cook with me. They like to make mostly the sweet stuff, you know, cookies and stuff like that. But that's okay, you know. They understand at a young age measurements and why we do some of the things we do. So I'm pretty impressed with what my grandchildren can do and how they understand different foods and cooking methods and things like that. My daughter that lives in Winchester, her kids are very in tune to healthy cooking. Like they know, you know, what has a lot of sugar in it and what don't have a lot of sugar in it. So her kids are very in tune to that. Her son, Jacob, likes to help out cooking. And he'll say, you know, Grandma, that's got a lot of sugar. Okay. So get your kids involved. They have ideas. They know they know more than some people think they know. So get them involved. Why not? Make it a family affair. You know, it's all about family. Putting the food on the table, having them help you put the food on the table. It's great. If they weren't in school, I would have a couple of them helping me, but yeah, they're in school. My grandchildren range from 22 years to 1 year. So I got a lot of different opinions, stories. A lot of grandchildren, 12 of them. 12 of them. Okay, so now that's done. Let me just see how these are cooking. Oh, my mix. Let's get these flipped. Golden brown, that's what you want to see, golden brown. This is vegetable oil that I'm using to cook them in. So it's about 2 scoops, splashing it all over the place. It's about 2 cups of vegetable oil in here. So just get your pan ready. And yeah, you'll have a mess to clean up afterwards, but it is what it is. Now, what we're going to do is get ready. As soon as that's done, I'm going to get ready to make our buttercream frosting, which is kind of okay. So I am going to mix it in, I think I'll mix it in this bowl. So our little taco night here. Let's check how these are coming. Oh, a couple, just a minute more. Yummy, 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 yummy. Now, I'm going to use sour cream or salsa. I'm going to put that with that. What you could do with your sour cream is you can actually get an extra packet of taco mix and mix a little taco mix with your sour cream. That is very good too. Or mix your sour cream and your salsa together and have that as a dip. Again, there's no wrong way of doing anything because it's your way. It's how you like it. So, oh my God, that's perfect. If I do say so myself. Put it on a paper plate with a paper towel because obviously you do have some grease going on here. So let's get these little buggers out. Look at that. Look at that. Nice and golden brown. Oh, will you look at that? These egg roll wrappers are like the best. Because they're so versatile. So I'm just going to get the other ones in so I can get those cooking also. Obviously you're dealing with hot oil. If you are doing this with the children, don't let them do this part. Have them wrap it, hand it off to you, but don't let them do the oil part. It's just way too dangerous. Okay, so we're going to let that cook. Now for the blue cheese. So what we need for this is blue cheese crumble, 2 ounces. That's roughly 2 ounces. I have got to use my mixer, so we're going to talk a little louder, and I am going to get this mixed up. I am going to kind of shift some things over, my little mess going on here, so I can plug in my mixer. I do like my little island here. All right, maybe it's not such a little island, but oh, I do love it. If you were ever going to do your kitchen over again, always think of an island. If you can get a prep sink in there, by all means. Obviously, your island doesn't have to be as big as this one, but it works for me. So blue cheese crumble, 2 ounces. This is roughly 2 ounces here because of what I took out for the thing. I'm just going to crumble it up a little bit more because what we need to do is make this nice and smooth. So let me just check my... Oh, yeah. This, we're really cooking now. Oops. There we go. Let that cook on that side a little bit. I'll just get this going. Let me see if I can get this done before my... So again, we're just going to mix this up and just get it a little smooth. Smooth. Check my little egg rolls, or my taco rolls, I'm sorry. Just move some of these up here. Look at that. And your meat's already cooked, so the thing is, you just want your egg rolls just to be nice and golden brown because the meat is already cooked. However, and I will say, you can make everything ahead of time, and then the day of the party, whether it's Super Bowl party or whatever party you're having, you can get them ready and then fry it right in front of everybody, you know, have everybody around. So this is the egg rolls. So what we're going to do next, we're going to do the cream cheese. Oh my goodness, I mean the blue cheese. So I'm going to use a cup of butter. Again, my butter's already ready. I keep it out because I do a lot of baking, so, and I always use unsalted butter. Listen, Salt, you can always add salt. Do not use salted butter because it does add salt. So we're going to get the butter in here. So the next thing we're going to do with this is get this all mixed up. You're going to love this. We're going to get this all mixed up. So now you got the butter. You got the blue cheese. Now we're going to mix it all up till it's nice and smooth. And again, I don't see anybody wanting to lick the beaters. Now that's smooth. I am just going to scrape that down a little bit. I need a little, let's get this scraper. Scrape that down. Oh God. So that little ding you hear is my cupcakes. So let me just check them. My elf glove. Here we go. Toothpick inserted in the middle, comes out clean, you're all set. These, I would say another maybe a minute, and then we'll take them out. So I'll take those out in 1 minute. That's a cake tester, which is just use a toothpick. You don't really need anything more than that. So we're going to go with powdered sugar, confectionery sugar. We are going to put 2 cups in. So I am going to use the half cup because I can't fit the cup thing in there. So we're going to do this a little at a time. Half a cup. We're going to do 2 cups total. Half a cup at a time. The other thing I like is measuring cups. I have a lot of glass measuring cups. I like the big ones. It's I used it earlier. It's an 8 cup. I do a lot of my mixing in there. Anything that's wet measure, I do that first. And then I put the eggs or whatever and mix it in there, and it's all set. Look at that. Got one more. So, this is blue cheese, buttercream, frosted. Now, other than those cupcakes, I won't know what you could possibly use this for, but I'm sure there could be some ideas out there. Nice and smooth. Okay, look at that. Will you look at that? See, look, nice and yummy. Okay. Let me get this out of the way. Now I'm going to take my cupcakes out. Obviously, do not frost them until your cupcakes are cooled off. It'll just melt your frosting. So let's take these cupcakes out. Nice, see? Here we go. Shut the oven off. Okay, to finish off our cupcakes, after you frost them, you take these chicken wings. Now these are cold. You could warm them up a little bit, but I wouldn't. So now these are truly buffalo chicken cupcakes. And again, to each your own. Not my cup of tea, but people like them. So I bought this obviously ahead of time to get that done. So we have that. Now to serve, this is what I would do. Again, you do however you want to do it. I would take my little egg rolls here. All right, maybe they're not so little. I will put them all in my plate, and I will sour cream and Here's our little snack. We have these nacho taco egg rolls. These are our little desserts. And we have our chili. So we have chili, and let me get my spoon. Cornbread to go with chili. Cheese to go with chili. Or what is a party without Tostitos? Put a little Tostitos out. They can use it to dip their chili, or not, or just to eat them. Or put an extra thing of salsa out, because, you know, you have to have salsa and Tostitos, right? So, when it's all said and done, I did have a nice little spoon for my chili. Look. So you take your chili. Look at that. You put it in your nice bowl here. Right? Sprinkle some cheese. Little side of cornbread. There you go. There is your Super Bowl party setup. And next year, it'll be the Patriots. Thank you for coming to my home. If you have any questions, please email me. Or if there's something that you would like to see and have a suggestion, I am willing to give it a whirl. So again, thank you and enjoy your family.